Hey everybody, this is JP here with Phil behind the camera. We're super excited today to unveil this new model we just finished actually today. It's an 8-footer, which is something we're not used to build nowadays, but I think it's been 2 years we didn't build an 8-footer, so we're super thrilled about showing you the inside of that house. It's a really special project. We stepped out of our comfort zone for that one, especially for the interior finish. As you can see for the exterior siding, we still went with the Shou Sugi Ban that you saw in the previous models, but that one is completely vertical, which is pretty much the only difference between that and the Ban 2, which is the last model we released. And another thing we'd like to mention before starting that video is regarding the French speakers that are listening to us. We apologize for not making this video in French. But I think you might understand that English is a universal language. So considering the people that are watching our videos, we think it's clever for us to do it in English. But if you have questions in French, just feel free to ask and we'll be pleased to answer them, no problem. So without further waiting, we're gonna go inside and tour you around this custom house that was designed for 2 people living in Ontario. So this house, like all of our houses, is meant to withstand all types of weathers, so hard climates and more clever weather. So yeah, have a look inside. So welcome inside the house. First thing you notice is the color scheme, which is really different than what we've been showing in the past models. Of course, it's mostly maple plywood and black accents, so we played a little with that to create the look that we have inside the house, and we're really pleased with it. The customer really knew what they wanted in terms of dimensions, in terms of layout as well. So that layout is pretty similar to the Eben, but a bit smaller in terms of length and width. So that allowed a compact design, but it's really efficient. Now I'm standing in the living area. This place is going to be meant for relaxing, enjoying movies, but also the view they're going to have. So this is why the clients really wanted to have these tall windows in the living area, along with that big window in the bottom there. So we always have to deal with space in tiny homes. And of course, you're wondering, all right, where's the TV area? So when you cannot have both windows and TV in a small, compact living area. So what we managed to do is to install a projector right here. So that way they can still enjoy a movie right there. And we have a recessed area right here. And we have this little piece of wood. Of course, it's not a projector. It looks like it. You might be confused right now. That ain't a projector. But the projector head will be fixed like that. And then when they want to watch a movie, they just install it like that. They slide it in and then they connect it. There's a power outlet right here along with a HDMI cable right there. So they can connect the projector and watch movies. And then when the movie's gone, the movie's not gone. The movie doesn't go anywhere. So when you're done, you just let it go like that. And then you see your naked neighbor by the window. Here in the bottom, we have the custom cabinet with the maple plywood doors as well. Along with that little drawer table, which was a special request for the customers. And of course, in the bottom here, since that house features some propane appliances, we need to have that CO and propane detector in the bottom. This is mandatory. And also that house is RVIE certified, so there's no cutting around the corners with that. Everything needs to be by the book. We managed to take advantage of the size of the storage staircase to fit a lot of stuff in there. So here, just for start, we have the electrical panel, which is really easy to have access to. Another feature inside that storage staircase is the entrance closet, which is really wide. You have the big pole. There's a big pole. That's a big pole, eh, Phil? Yeah. All right. So here in the bottom, we have the air intake and the exhaust for the suburban furnace. And that one is adjustable, so you can manage to push the heat in wherever direction you want. Of course, there's a ceiling fan. The ceiling fan is going to push the air distributed evenly throughout the whole house. But then if you want to heat a specific area of the house, you can adjust it with the outlet right there. And of course, like all the other storage staircase we install, every place is used. We have small drawers here, we have another door there, and so and so. And these 2 drawers in the landing platform here. Considering that this house is only 8.5 overall dimensions, we don't have the latitude to do the pull-out step like we usually do inside the storage staircase. So that one, the landing platform is the first step. So you don't have a pull-out drawer or something like that. I'm looking at it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and mention it. This is a cork floor. It's the first time we installed that. That was a special request from the customer. And it seems that it's quite trendy, so here's the trendy cork floor. There's a few different aspects we like to point out in that special kitchen. First off, we have the IKEA countertop, and we love to deal with that because there's tons of models, and it's quite cheap compared to a full oak countertop, for instance. Another nice feature inside that kitchen, the clients didn't want to compromise the fact of having a big window and having to choose. Actually, they didn't want to have to choose between having top cabinets and a big window. So we managed to do both. So we had this custom steel shelving, so it faces the window. So you still have the light of the window, and you feel there's a lot of light that comes inside the kitchen. But then you have lots of room to put all your dishes. So it's the best of both worlds for the clients. Since there's no dishwasher inside that model, we installed a bigger sink for the client to do the dishes. And in the bottom here, we have this Furrion oven, and it's one of a kind. It is not one of a kind, a lot of people have it. In the bottom here, we have the Furrion oven, which is clever. There's 3 burners, and you even have the protection cover that is also used as a backsplash. So that way you don't have grease going everywhere, and it looks nice as well, and it's really. Talking about propane, this house only features a 30 amp connection. So it's important to know that we offer either a 30 amp, 50 amp, or 100 amp electrical source. So if you only have access to 30 amp, you're gonna have to combine either propane or natural gas to feed the high consuming elements like, for instance, heating, cooking, and water heating. So that allows our client to use the small amount of electricity they have to feed either the AC or other appliances that might be running on electrical, but there's no way you can run everything electrical on 30 amp. This is why we have to combine it with propane. So here we have the usual pull-out pantry that we installed in most of our models. And here we have a place dedicated for the fridge, which brings me to another point. You don't have to buy everything when we sell the house. If you have appliances that might fit inside a tiny home, we can manage to install them, or if you ship it, or have the place dedicated for you to install it on spot. Of course, most of the appliances need to be smaller than usual appliances in order to fit in the homes. But if you already have your items, we can have a space left for you to install it. Another small detail to show you that our limit is pretty much your creativity. So for instance, here the clients pointed out that it would be nice to have that little hidden drawer right here, which allows to have a slicker design on the outside. So you have 3 drawers that from the outside they look all the same, but then you can have a different combination inside the drawers without compromising the overall look. So if you come to us with ideas, normally we make it happen. In this house, the main loft is above the living area. So to have access to that storage loft right here, we installed a ladder, a cedar ladder, and it's folded right here next to the fridge cabinet. So that way it's out of the way, and if you want to use access to your storage, you just put it in place easily. Do you want me to show it? Okay. I'm honored at this moment because Phil is behind the camera and I'm the one entering inside the bathroom. And you know, guys, it's his favorite part of the house. I get to go in the bathroom first now. All right, the bathroom. So, of course, it's an 8-footer, so you don't feel the same as most of the houses we built so far, but everything's in there. And of course, we're always amazed by the amount of stuff you can put inside a tiny home. Every time we build a house, we're like, there's no way it's gonna fit there, and it does. So here, I'm gonna leave room for you to enter. No? I was parler des features. So here we have a 2-in-1 washer dryer. So that saves a lot of space inside the home, which allows us to put a custom cabinet on top of it, and also another duct for the propane furnace. So that way you never count on only one outlet inside the whole house to heat the house. That's not gonna happen, especially if it's an enclosed area like here. You need to have another source of heat, especially in the bathroom. You don't want to get out of the shower and be in cold. So you have another outlet here. So in front of the washer dryer, we have the Nature's Head composting toilet, which is one of the toilets we offer inside our homes. And if you're not sure if you're gonna like using the composting toilet, we install a water connection for a regular flush toilet, along with an outlet for wastewater underneath the composting toilet. So if you change your mind, you don't want to use it anymore, you just remove it and install a regular flush toilet. But just so you know, a standard flush toilet compared to a Nature's Head composting toilet, you're going to save around 50,000 liters of water per year for a couple with that Nature's Head composting toilet, which is not negligent at all. It's a considerable amount of water, so most of the client will go for a Nature's Head composting toilet or whatever composting toilet you can have. There's others on the market, but yeah, it's definitely worth it for the amount of water you're gonna save. Here's the mechanical room. So you're gonna see there's more room than our normal or typical mechanical room. That's due to the fact that we installed on-demand propane water heater. And of course, a lot of people will say, why don't you install that in all of our homes? Well, for a lot of reasons, but mainly because of electricity. Like I said before, that house is only fed through a 30 amp connection, which would not allow a hot water tank like we usually install. But if you have access to grid electricity, which is the case for most of the customers in Canada normally, electricity is clean. We have hydroelectricity, so we always recommend to go with a hot water tank instead of propane, because propane it's not something that is as clean as hydroelectricity. In the bottom of the bathroom, we have this nice vanity, and on top of it we have this nice medicine cabinet that is backlit, and that gives a really nice bright look to that bathroom. And of course, you remember in the Magnolia XL we had that Matt Damon mirror. That one is pretty much a George Clooney mirror, I would say, because it's quite different and it's a George Clooney mirror, all right? To complete that wonderful bathroom we designed, we have this custom shower along with custom glass doors. That's the first time we install a set like that inside a tiny home. I'm pretty confident this is not going to be the last time, because that allows the proper clearance to go inside the shower without having to feel cramped with or having to install a curtain that doesn't have a good look. Also, there's a window inside that shower, so we had to make sure that it's watertight, but everything in our house is watertight. J'ai même pas pogné la lampe. Roll up. Welcome inside the loft. So once again, it's an 8-footer. The loft doesn't feel as spacious as the other one, but you can fit a queen size bed in here with no problem, and we even have storage right there. And here is the window you should use in case of emergency. So there's two ways to have an emergency window inside a tiny home. Either a sliding door or a door that you can just push, but there's two mechanisms that you can install, and it's important to look for that when you buy a tiny home. all the safety features needs to be taken seriously inside a tiny home, because you don't want to get stuck here with a fire down there and not be able to go out your house. So that's one thing you should look when looking to buy a tiny home actually. So that's it for the tour of the house. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you something about our houses. Of course, people are attracted sometimes to the house because of the aesthetic of the house. It looks nice and everything. But when you buy a minimalist tiny home, it's way more than just the outside of the house or what it looks like. It's what's in between the walls and how everything's made. So it's always important to ask the builder what type of materials they're using, what's the construction process they're doing, and don't hesitate to ask them technical questions, because they should be aware of everything regarding their build. And that's what makes the price of a home. It's more than just what it looks like. In the end, you get what you pay for. So when you buy a tiny house from Minimalist, you know that you're gonna get a product that will last longer. Once again, thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel right here. And if you want to look at our other designs, you can go right there. So thanks for watching. Have a good day, have a good night. See you in the next video tour. And I'm gone.